Restland started in the 1855. The Floyd family settled on the grounds here within Restland, right over where our water tower is in our cemetery. From there, Restland started in 1925 when George Young purchased the property and started Restland Cemetery, which was 100 years ago this year. Restland is the largest privately owned funeral home and cemetery combination in North America. It encompasses 400 acres. Within that 400 acres, we have 3 chapels. We have upwards of 165 gardens within our cemetery. Restland is simply a funeral home and cemetery provider that provides death care, memorialization to any family of any culture, of any need.
So Restland is such a robust organism. It takes a lot of people in order to serve every family with the same level of excellence. From the time they get into the door to being greeted by a receptionist that greets them, offers their condolence, but also points them in the direction that they can continue to grieve and continue to plan out the final arrangements for their loved ones. They see that we are prepared to help them go through this particular time.
From the moment that we meet a family who is here for a time of loss, they've lost a loved one, it doesn't matter if there are plans in place or not. We are there to offer them everything that we can to make this an easier process. We are there to be a resource for, okay, these arrangements are in place and these are your options. But we're also there to help them have that difficult conversation for themselves. Everybody who is here with us at some point or another had to make that decision, whether they made it by not making it and a family member did it, or whether they made it long in advance. When we're guiding families toward the future, someday someone's going to be wandering through the park and they're going to recognize that name. Oh my gosh, that's great Uncle so-and-so. Or there'll be a great family story and here's a physical manifestation of that. And for the first time, they may be thinking in those terms.
It's all about coming into the doors of Restland. The young ladies at the front desk, they are the first people that you would meet. She gives a hug and it's a warm embrace and you know that it's genuine. When she talks to the family, when she guides them to wherever they need to be, it's comforting. I feel that you could feel that particular spirit when you enter into a place.
Here at Restland, I've come to meet some wonderful, beautiful, professional people whose compassion and empathy and love has no boundaries. And what I have seen some of the staff do with families and for families, it is simply totally amazing.
Restland is a funeral home, but we are here to serve our community when they go through one of the darkest times of their lives. Everybody has a purpose, everybody has a plan, and it's our purpose to be there during those particular times. And even after those times are over, be in a place of remembrance, because we have a cemetery as well. So we're a place of remembrance. We're not so much a place of a period, but more so of a comma when you go through that dark time.
I believe over the last 100 years, people call Restland because they know they can trust Restland. People call Restland because they have multiple generations of family that's already buried here. And that doesn't happen overnight. We've proven over 100 years that we're the place to go to and we can accommodate their needs. And we'll do it professionally and with dignity.
There's a lot of things that make Restland great. It's not your average cemetery. It's more of like a park feel where it's peaceful. You have the running water, you have benches, trees, you can relax. I am just in admiration of the team here as well that genuinely care about the families we're helping. So I love the empathy and the care that Restland puts into the families.
To me, the fundamental purpose of Restland is essentially being able to customize a plan for the family. We're able to tailor different things to pretty much create the service that they want to honor their loved one. People see Restland as a comfort space more than like a funeral home because they have loved ones here in the cemetery and they're able to come here and, you know, share memories with their loved ones. And I feel like that's really what draws people back to these type of events.
Because we're so large, someone might think you get kind of lost in the amount of families that we serve, but we're serving each family as if it's the only family that we have. And so regardless of location, regardless of circumstance, regardless of the day of the week, our size helps us to be able to serve that family as if it's the only family we have.
What stands the test of time of any funeral home, it's got to be caring, compassionate service. We are trusted with someone's loved one. Perfect strangers are allowing us the honor to bestow care upon their loved one. And I personally believe that what stands the test of time, there's key words such as care, compassion, trust. I think all of those words come into play in what builds a legacy of a place to be in operation for 100 years.
I think what sets us apart in the funeral profession is we try our best to serve every family, regardless of financing, regardless of circumstance, regardless of situation. We try to find a way to serve that family. I think it's very interesting how we here offer the family a promise that we will take them into our care, even though they might not ultimately stay with us, but we will take them into our care. That shows that we care, period. And we make sure that we not only offer that the promise, but we deliver on that promise consistently, which goes back to the reason why we've been here 100 years, because we consistently offer that promise intentionally so that every family knows and they know within the community that if you call Restland, they'll take care of you.
What really sets Restland apart from other funeral homes is the care and attention to detail for our families.
It's the environment, it's the people that make Restland that one.
I feel like my truest potential here in life is to be a funeral director. And God put me onto this earth to do that. And so I'm just fulfilling my truest potential in life.
In our position, we can't do anything about the sense of loss. We can't fill that person's place in their lives, and we can't make that better. What we can do is try and cushion that blow a little bit and be a support structure that fills in the gaps for where their family support structures are.
I love my job to be able to help someone in an hour of need because they can feel it. They can feel the energy coming out of me into them, and I could feel the sadness and the sorrow and the pain coming from them into me, and we just hold on. Sometimes there's nothing better in the world than a great hug.
What's going to keep Restland around the next 100 years? Constant evolution and constantly staying tapped into our local community, being involved in what happens around us. As things around us change, we too change. We do a good job of staying in touch with our various local organizations, the local churches within our area. As long as we stay tapped into our local community, we're going to be around another 100 years as we evolve, and we evolve with that community. And so life has changed, but growth is optional. So we choose to continue to grow and to evolve, and we'll be around when others will not be, and we'll still be standing strong, serving families year in and year out.
I think to keep Restland around for another 100 years is to keep up with traditions and the religions and ultimately still being involved in the community and still providing the families a numerous amount of services that are available to them. Ultimately, having that trust and the quality is going to outlast anything for this funeral home.
Because we're continuously adapting to current trends, being able to, come up with what the families want. We don't listen to just what we need as a company, but being able to outreach to our families, being able to see what their needs are before we start working on what we want. You won't get the same service here that you will somewhere else. You know that your loved one, once they are here at Restland, they will not go anywhere else. We have everything here. We have that capability of doing that. You know, we have the crematorium here, we have the cemetery, we have the care center. It gives people a sense of relief knowing that, you know, they're well taken care of here. And I feel like if we're able to do that and continuously grow, you know, we will be here for another 100 years.
Restland has been around 100 years, long time. And we're still here, and we're still growing. We must be doing something right for people to want to come to Restland. I'm proud to be an employee here. And there's nothing that I would not do to help Restland continue to grow, for us to continue to treat families when they come in a very, very difficult frame of mind or state of mind, to give them the comfort and desire and wishes that they are seeking, and the transparency. One thing about Restland I do love, we keep our word. I am very proud to be a family member of Restland.